And we're live, man. We are live. We'll do a quick live podcast, really. I was supposed to have my little brother over here, but he was not able to make it. So I'm gonna just give y'all a few of my thoughts right quick, as I just roll and get myself back acclimated with this whole speaking on camera thing, speaking about my opinions and things like that. I'm gonna go live because I'm by myself right now. Normally, I might start going live on YouTube doing this, but since there's really nobody on there right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this for Facebook, and we'll start doing the YouTube live streams in a little later on. How y'all feeling today? I'm good. I'm good. I'm really, if people interact, that's fine. I'm really only using this as advertisement. I'm gonna just go ahead straight through, do a normal podcast situation, topics, get in and out of there. You understand? Let me make sure my live is going. Let me make sure I can hear myself on that thing. Let me keep speaking on the mic check tip. Okay. I can hear it. I can hear it for sure. And it's not even that far behind. Really. It's not even that far behind. I went and got some new microphones today. Testing them puppies out. I got a new audio interface coming soon. That's coming. We're gonna get multiple cameras going very soon also. But like I said, while it's just me, I don't need that. I don't need that. How y'all feeling though, man? Today I'm gonna be recording and streaming, so clips will come out after the fact on YouTube, of course. A lot been happening this week, man. I think we just witnessed one of the quickest lawsuit settlements that we probably have ever seen, especially in the hip hop, entertainment industry space. Really, I think Cassie filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy for rape and abuse and destroying her career, all type of stuff. I think Thursday. That's when I heard about it. But by Friday night, both parties, Cassie's side and P. Diddy's side, was announcing a settlement. This is unprecedented work right there. I mean, bravo to having money. Bravo to being able to spank cases like that, get rid of them real quick. I'm. It's interesting. It's an interesting situation. Cassie. Excuse me, I'm dry. My voice is dry right now. My throat is dry and my voice is dry. Dry right now, you know what I'm saying? Low energy. I've been up working all day. I'm tired, doing a lot of moving around, ripping and running, all that good job. But, I'm not mad at Cassie for settling. You know what I'm saying? She did a civil lawsuit. I just thought it should have been a higher number. You're dealing with somebody with $1 billion or $1 billion net worth, not $1 billion, but $1 billion net worth and access to many, many resources even beyond what his own net worth is. You're supposed to sue him for a ridiculously high number, especially because you listed, 30 plus pages worth of abuse. From rape to having other people rape her to making her do things that she didn't want to do to her body, making her take drugs for years, not allowing her to deal with anybody else, being violent to other people that tried to deal with her. Just a long list of stuff that she should have went for 100 million. Even when they settle for 75. Diddy just has too much money for you to come at him with a $30 situation. That's unfortunately that's small change to somebody at that level, honestly. But that is what it is. I really don't have much, beyond what happened. I don't have much on that. What I really want y'all to talk to me about when y'all get a chance and you respond in the comments, all that good stuff. I want to know, how is Diddy still alive? You know what I'm saying? This would have been a good dialogue to have back and forth with somebody else, but I'm gonna just have it with myself and with y'all. How has nobody knocked them off in all these years? Now, of course, when you look at the list of people he's been violating, they're not street people, mostly artsy, soft people. You understand? He got into a fight with J. Cole, smacked Drake around. Who else? the women, I guess, that he been messing with, violating. So they say he violated Usher. You know, just a bunch of people that's not probably won't fight back. Even though some of the men you should fight back. They say he held Wale over a balcony by his feet and threatened to drop him if he talked to Cassie anymore. Like just a bunch of backpackers. You know what I'm saying? He attacked a coach of a football team with a kettlebell a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of people that's, I guess, not willing to stand on much. And but even if you was that type of person, like me, I'm every day, I get up, go to work, all that type of stuff. But if somebody did any of these list of things to me, it'd be hard for me to not. I would never let it go. Is what I'm trying to say. It's not. There's no statute of limitations on you held me over a balcony by my feet and threatened to drop me because I was in the studio. They say Wale wasn't even trying to talk to Cassie. He was just recording a song in the studio with her. Diddy didn't even want men in the studio with her. So he held Wale over a balcony because he was in the studio with Cassie. That was his only crime against humanity. So come on, man. That's one of them things that you never let go. And I probably told y'all this before. I'm gonna say it again. So something like that, Wale, according to the guy Ant Glizzy, a rapper or somebody out of Washington D.C., he said he was there. Him and Shy Glizzy witnessed it, them hanging Wale over a balcony by his feet. Now I told this before. One time I was at a club or whatever, and we got into it with Wale's people. And what I said, the reason that we got into it was because I had seen Wale. I'm a fan of Wale, but I seen Wale for the first time. I'm like, yo, he got a big head. I was just shocked at how short he was and how big his head was. So I just said it. It wasn't a joke. I really was like shocked by this because I'm like, yo, he's short with a big ass head. I said it out loud, but it just so happened that the person walking past me was this dude, Trey, the guy Trey. Because I said that, Trey goes and gets this big ass security guard, huge security guard, and they come back to me questioning me about whatever, right? But me, I said, yo, I just said he had a big head, but I'm diffusing the situation. He said, yo, pretty much like what you say, almost like he thought I was going to say it again. I said it again, but I was trying to diffuse the situation because, first of all, they was outnumbered. It was 6 of us. It was 2 of them. It was this Trey. Trey is probably shorter than Wale, and then the big security guard. He was huge. He probably 6'8". And now that I'm really thinking back, it might have been that dude Kong, that King Kong dude. I guess that was the baby security. I feel like it was him. Because I'm looking back in my mind, I'm thinking like he looked like that. But he went and got the security. It was 6 of us. And ain't none of us small. You know what I'm saying? So, we would have jumped them, but he was willing to try to come at me because I said the man had a big head. But they got this man running around the industry holding your man's upside down by his feet. And ain't nobody did nothing to that man. But if somebody make a comment about his height, though, that's where we draw the line. That's where we got to be physical. Come on, man. You know the way some of these dudes get down, they soft, right? So the way some of them get down, they'll want to do more harm to me for talking about him getting hung over the balcony than harming the person that actually hung him over the balcony. That's how they play. That's how these people play. Soft. Right? So that's just, I really just want to know how this man's still alive. That's all. Like, like I'm assuming that Cassie doesn't have any family. Like a dad or a brother or cousins or uncles or nothing like that. I don't know what culture she comes from, but ethnically, I don't think she has anybody, because there's no way that she was running around letting that happen. And she told a story about how one time she was at the house with Diddy. He got a call. He got some type of notification that Suge was at a diner close by. So Diddy grabbed a bunch of guns in the house and ran out the house, acting like he was about to go do something to Suge Knight. And she said she sat there and just cried or whatever, right? And I'm like, it's funny that people would even take that as a serious story. And not that it's not a serious story, not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying that what Diddy was doing was clearly not to attack Suge. He clearly was using that as a manipulation tactic against Cassie. Because if Cassie thinks that he's so tough that he'll grab all these guns and go attack Suge in middle of the night or broad daylight, whatever it is, she's thinking, oh my God, if he'll do that to him, he'll for sure kill me if I don't do what he tell me to do. It's just a manipulation tactic. You ain't never in your life heard about Diddy approaching Suge, violating Suge, doing anything to Suge in your life. But somehow Cassie thought that he was about to go run out the house and shoot Suge at a restaurant. Stop it. He was tricking her. And she fell for it. But that's how manipulation works. You know, you're scared. And that's one of the coldest things about why people don't escape or why they don't get away and why they don't really tell is because the manipulation works so good that Cassie felt like if she went and told somebody else, he would also hurt that person too. She didn't want to be responsible for nobody else getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? So she went, dealt with Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's car got blown up. So that's Diddy, another soft person. That's Diddy asserting to her that I'll hurt anybody over you. So that made Cassie say, I don't want to tell nobody. I definitely don't want to tell my family because what if he killed one of my brothers? What if he killed one of my uncles? What if he killed one of my dad or if he killed my grandfather, something like that? You know what I'm saying? Cold situation. But, you know, speaking of in that line of people who've been victims of things, Partisan Fontaine and Meg Thee Stallion are now in a rap beef. So last year, they were in a relationship. For the last couple of years, they were in a relationship. Now, Meg Thee Stallion decided to drop a song called whatever it's called, Serpent, Snake, Cobra, whatever the song is called, right? And she had a line in there about Partisan Fontaine getting head in her bed or whatever she said. And then Partisan Fontaine decided, like, I need to come back and diss her. And he made a reply track. He was like, nah, you lying. You didn't catch me in your bed. Like, I was somewhere else getting head. You found me. You didn't really find me. It was a private detective that caught me doing that, not you. So why are you lying to these people? I was trying to get away from you. You're crazy. You lied to me about who you had sex with. You had me dapping up producers when you was having sex with them. All type of stuff. So Partisan Fontaine is really a victim in this situation. Not to say that negates other things that Meg Thee Stallion has been through, but y'all are mixing the stuff she's been through with other people with her relationship. Partisan Fontaine ain't the one that did nothing to her. He was the one that got lied to. He was the one trying to get away, and she was the one putting private detectives on my man. He's the victim here. Partisan Fontaine is the victim in this situation. He's looking stupid to the rest of the world. He was willing to fight Tory Lanez. He was willing to fight the baby. He was willing to fight all these people trying to defend this woman. Whole time he not knowing they tripping on her because she had sex with them and she lied to him about it. So he got the right to diss that lady back. You got people on Twitter saying, oh, he's a female. How could he diss her? Why would he diss a woman and air out her dirty laundry? She tried to expose him. Why he can't diss her back? Meg Thee Stallion is a great rapper. She not above being dissed by somebody. She not above reproach. She not above being reprimanded. Just because she was a victim of one thing don't mean she get to violate other people and nobody can do nothing back to her. Tory Lanez violated her. Now, when she gets into it with anybody else, they are allowed to violate her back. Meg Thee Stallion don't get a forever pass to just be a victim for the rest of her life. Nah, you violate people, they can get at you. All right? So that's how that's going to go. I feel like people more so talking about the content of what Partisan Fontaine said, and they missing out on the key thing here. That this was trash. That's what people failing to realize. That was a terrible song. Like, it's a reason. Meg Thee Stallion is light years better at rapping than Partisan Fontaine is. So the fact that people was trying to like make this about, oh, why is he airing her dirty laundry? What they should be saying is her song was better than his and his diss was terrible. That's what they should be saying. That's really the only take here. That was a terrible song. He needs to stay in the shadows and ghostwrite. I've heard plenty of his music for years. I think there's a reason that it's not breaking through. He has every connection in the industry. He's a writer for one of the biggest female artists in the game. And he could write hits and help her write hits and stuff like that, but his own music cannot do that. And I'm not saying that, I'm not just trying to put him down. I'm just saying that this song is terrible. Just that song. I'm not speaking about nothing else about this man's character. I'm just saying that song is not good. Right? So what you should be saying is that Meg is up 1-0 on Party. She's up on him. So don't try to give her the boo-hoo sympathy vote, all that type of stuff. She's a rapper, in hip hop, when you go toe to toe with somebody, when you diss somebody, all that, it's about who got the better joint, who got the better diss, whatever like that. So, I'm not with all that sympathy vote for her stuff, man. She got the better song. Her song is going to be a hit, or it's going to at least make her a lot of money. His song is terrible, but he has the right to make that song, though. He got the right to make terrible diss songs about Meg Thee Stallion. She is not above that. All right. So let me. I got like, how long we been on here? Yeah, this is a quick one right here. I'm really. Hold on. I'm reading a message. My bad. My bad. Oh, my brother texted me back now, man. Hey, it's a wrap on that. I'm already recording now, my boy. So, now hold on, man. Let me adjust this volume. Give me a second. I was my audio level's going up into the red a lot. I had to turn that thing down. Don't worry, y'all. We getting it right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, here we go. We back now. All right, so yeah, man. No, I hear a lot of conversation, right? Because I started to get into the LA podcasting game. I started to watch these LA podcasts or whatever, right? And I hear a lot of them saying, especially in the LA hip hop podcast game, about why LA rappers, LA artists are having a hard time cracking through and breaking through in other regions and all that good stuff, right? And something that I want, and they a lot of people, when they say that about their area, their city, they always compare to Atlanta. They always bring up Atlanta, right? And I just want to say real quick, because this is something that I really noticed and I want y'all to take notice of if y'all live in those other regions. One thing that I see that they do in the media in those places, as opposed to the media in Atlanta, all of them feel the need to tell everybody who they don't like locally, who they don't like locally, what they don't like locally, which music they don't like locally. Everywhere that I see, from all the major markets, right? And in LA, you got these young people doing this report. You got Dejan doing this report card thing, like making very good note of who he don't like, what music he don't like, what albums ain't good, what artists ain't doing good, all that, right? It does give some good critiques too, but also there's a heavy element of who he don't like and what he don't like about him, right? In Detroit, in Chicago, you got a lot of artists beefing with each other. Some beefs are street, and there's a lot of deadly stuff going on. And you got some people saying they don't mess with each other, all that. New York, they have a strong issue with the older people downing the younger people trying to come up. It took them a very long time to even accept anything the younger people in New York was doing, and they had to break through on their own with that drill stuff, with the New York version of drill, right? In Atlanta, in the city of Atlanta, you never hear any media people talking about what rappers or what new songs they do not like. The only music they talk about is the music they enjoy. And in the whole of it, I don't know, no media platforms in the entire, from older artists like T.I. age and younger. I don't know of none of these artists that talk down on anything coming up new. If they do, they keep it private. They don't do it in the media. They don't make it public. They don't publicly shit on none of their younger artists, nothing that's coming up. That's the major difference between Atlanta music and music everywhere else. First of all, the radio stations play up, like the people that they support, that they mess with, they play it. They could have beef with another young up-and-coming artist. They could have had a bad encounter with an up-and-coming artist. They're not going on the radio to speak on that artist that they had a bad encounter with at all. If you go to open mics in Atlanta, if you go to performances where there's local artists performing, all the other people in that building, they in there, even if they're not bobbing or feeling the music, they just don't say nothing. They just sit quiet, and then when the person is finished, they clap. They make noise for the person, and they let them go ahead. This is the only place that I've been where they don't have in their music scene, specifically, and their whole art scene, because they got a big art culture in Atlanta. Their whole art scene in Atlanta, they don't have a culture of shitting on each other at all. And the tattoo artists, the painters, the rappers, the singers, the people who play instruments, the people who make films and videos, and people who photography, they have a major art scene in Atlanta, and they do not have a culture of shitting on each other artistically. It's almost like an unwritten rule that we don't do that here. Even all the people who come from other cities and states, we fall into that thing too when we get here. We follow the lead. We see what they're doing, and we say, oh, they don't do that here, so we're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you could go to any type of showcase, anything. Somebody singing, if they can't sing that well, people just will watch them, and then they'll get off the stage, and that'll be it. Anywhere else you go, you're going to see people snickering in the back. You're going to see people trying to sneak and record them so they could post them on Instagram or whatever and clown them. You see that everywhere. You do not see that down here in Atlanta, though. And it's interesting, you know, because people love to talk about how black people always want to tear each other down. And this is one of the blackest cities, definitely the blackest city of all the ones that I've been mentioning right now. But they don't do that. Even though they up-and-coming artists ain't beefing. That's another thing. All these other cities, some of these up-and-coming artists, they get killed before they even get a chance to do anything. You know what I'm saying? The most you don't have to deal with an Atlanta artist is they go to jail for robbing somebody, something like that. Like they go to jail for getting caught with a gun when they're a felon. They deal with that type of stuff, but they don't deal with like up-and-coming rapper A then went and shot up-and-coming rapper B's house. No, like they don't have that type of stuff going on. The whole Lucci and Thug thing is a rare thing for Atlanta. That's not normal here at all. But they wasn't even up-and-coming. They was big and they started beefing. And you see how much waves that's causing in Atlanta because it's such an abnormal thing here, right? So I think if anybody from LA is looking at this and y'all watching and y'all trying to figure out, y'all need to, if y'all stop that culture of, and not even just LA, New York too, because really, besides Nicki Minaj and the big, like, older legacy artists, besides Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, New York is really still struggling to get a foothold, really. Y'all don't have nothing new or younger, original, like, even the New York drill thing y'all got going on is a mix-up of what they do with the drill that they created in Chicago and the grime stuff from the UK. So y'all really still didn't even let them young New Yorkers come up with their own thing. I'm talking about the old head New Yorkers. So if y'all really want to get y'all music back popping, y'all need to support each other locally as far as the radios and the media company. I don't care what the people in the streets doing. If the media people don't support it, if the radio station don't support it, the podcast don't support it, it's not gonna pop. Nationally, especially. Y'all having a hard time even popping locally. It's definitely not gonna pop nationally. You feel me? So that's all I got to say on that. I wanted to tell y'all though, especially when I get people up here with me, I'm starting a new segment on my podcast called Let's Argue. I'm calling it Let's Argue, right? And this is how it's gonna work, right? Because I don't want to debate. We're not debating. We about to argue. We ain't doing no debating. We about to straight up argue, right? And I probably do about a 5-minute segment, right? So we're gonna come up with a random just topic, and we're gonna have to argue the opposite ends of it. Whether you agree with the thing or not, you got to argue it. Now I'm telling y'all this because I want to get suggestions from y'all, the people. What stupid, random, or funny topics or anything, smart, scientific, political, religious, anything, topics, do people want to see me argue with somebody about? Just anything. You could be like, why are Adidas flip-flops better than Nike? And one person got to tell why Adidas is better. The other person got to say why Nike is better. We're going to argue. I'm saying that's a stupid one right there, but I'm just saying you have to argue it, though. Whether you agree or not, make the case. Or why are chitlins actually healthy for black people? Make the case for it. Whether you agree or not, let me hear you. Let me hear you get it in. I think like arguing is like a sport. I'm not talking about debating. Like formal debating is cool, but it's not as exciting as a good argument. You feel me? So really, I'm just looking for people who in the arguments. Like you like to watch people argue and shit. Like I think people arguing is funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You get to hear how dumb some people are. They make terrible examples. They make terrible analogies, terrible arguments. You get to hear all that. So I'm into that, man. I want to start doing it myself. I've been trying to get it going for a while, but with me podcasting by myself, just sitting in the room, calling somebody on the phone and then trying to do this, it's a little bit harder. But I think it'll work out better if I get face to face with somebody. I was watching Roy Jamal podcast, right? This is another hard turn. I was watching Roy Jamal podcast a few weeks ago, about a month ago, right? And I heard them talk about something. I'm gonna let y'all hear it real quick. Here it go. I'm not gonna put the video up. I'm just gonna do the audio. Hopefully they don't clip me. Let me just play this audio. Here we go.
That would really fuck a kid up. Why would you do that?
Well, I'm sure that he didn't think that
You can't be that
fuck
horny.
her daughter.
But why are you bringing your son to the side chick's crib while you go
What else is
fuck?
gonna do with them?
It's Black Friday, our biggest sale of the year.
Of course they put an advertisement on the damn thing while I'm watching.
Not be that horny and like wait till you have some free time to go cheat.
Nah, he love that bitch.
Yeah, you can't take your kid with you to cheat.
I mean, you can't. but he
Mission?
did.
That's crazy. How horny are you?
Too horny.
Niggas be horny, bro.
Dudes
Like,
be
you can't
horny,
just wait till like I go to basketball practice or something to go see this lady.
It's funny. He talks about high school basketball in here, so he definitely had after school activities that he could have went to.
Every kid
Oh,
has.
but mom would have been home.
So y'all get the gist of what. So like, I just thought that was crazy. I really wish I had some feedback, some interaction back and forth with y'all, because I really want to know what y'all think about that. Like, Rory and Maul was saying that it's crazy. You can't take your kid to your side chick's house, right? But I just thinking like, and I'm not gonna put my dad out there right quick, because back in the day, when I was coming up, and I don't know what was going on. My dad and my mom, when they was not together no more, I was real small, so I don't know what was going on then. But when I got a little bit older, and my dad might have been with somebody else or other people or whatever, he took me and my little brother Antoine, over a few side chicks' house. Like, and who Roy Jamal was referencing right there was the rapper singer Young Blue. His dad took him to a side chick's house, and Blue actually lost his virginity to the side chick's daughter. So to him, he looked at it like it's a traumatic situation because the dad was cheating on the mom and took him over there. So to him, it was traumatic. When I think about with me, when I was doing this back then, I didn't see it as traumatic. I didn't even think it was wrong. I'm gonna be real. I didn't even see it that way. I wasn't looking at it like, oh, I can't believe he's cheating on his woman and doing this. I didn't see it like that at all. I don't know. So I want to know what y'all think, like how y'all feel about, I'm sure that's not happening these days. Like, first of all, these, like, people too thirsty now. They'll record you over there with your kids. They gonna send it right to your girl. All it. Like, I know it's not happening now, but back in the day, before they had all this social media stuff, how y'all feel about the dads taking the kids? I want to hear stories from other people whose dads took them to side chicks' house. That's the stories I want to hear, because like back then I didn't even think. I remember it didn't even come up to me as like a problem until I was probably in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think nothing of it. It was like, because I'm from broken home. So I ain't even, this whole having a good, solid family thing, I ain't had it. So, I just think it like that was normal, like cheating. I didn't even think he was cheating. I didn't think about it like that back then. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, one time we went over to this lady's house in Youngstown on the south side, up the hill. We went over to this lady's house. We stayed over there the whole weekend, me and my brother. We stayed at this lady's house with her kids. So it was me, my dad, my little brother. and the lady and her 2 kids. Just just there for the whole weekend. Like, it just like my dad, like, yo, we coming to pick y'all up, whatever. We get ready on Friday after school, whatever. Pick us up, and we went straight there. It was there the weekend. Like, that's the type of stuff that was going on back then. I don't even know if everybody was doing that. I just know that that's what I was seeing. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff I saw. Now, did something like that, I won't say it's traumatic to me, but I'm going to say it probably super desensitized me. That probably if people know me, you know how stoic I am and all that type of stuff. Like, stuff like that, like, is what helps shape me to be so non-emotional when it comes to a lot of stuff, because I think strange things are normal. That's a crazy situation. And it's funny because the daughter of the lady who we went over there, the daughter of that, I didn't know her before that, but we actually ran into each other a whole bunch of times after that, though. Because as I'm getting older in the city, now I'm moving around doing my thing. I'm from the north side, but she's from the south. But as we get older, we start to parties and go on different places and all that. And I'm seeing her more and more, and we always just, it's like a weird, like, we both know. But I never seen her with my dad again, though. I never seen the mom with my dad again, though. He never even brought her up before. He never said that lady name before that. He never said her name after that. That's the cold thing about it. That's how they was getting down back then. That's how they was really playing. They was playing a different game back in them days, man. Let me see what Devron said. If you got a son, it's good money. My dad kept me at his other joint spots when they was beefing. Yeah. It's a wild thing, but he never even brought the lady up. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, we done did this in states, multiple, Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina. My dad was grimy back in the day. He ain't grimy like that no more, but he was grimy back in the day, though, man. Y'all don't know. But that's just funny, though. It's really just funny to me. I mean, I guess it's probably sad for some people. They was probably going through it. It was silly to me, though. But I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. I just wanted to give y'all a few minutes, man, a few minutes of podcasting, something I could just talk about. And really, I was going to just record all of this, but I said, let me just put it live on Facebook. I'm really just going to chop this up, get myself some clips, and post them up on YouTube. That's all I wanted to do. Get me some clickbait stuff out of the Diddy Cassie thing, some clickbait out the Cardi and Meg thing. You know how we get me. That's how you push some of this content. You guys do the little hot topic stuff and all that. Y'all let me know how this audio sounded. I changed my frame rate on there, so now instead of I was at 30 frames per second. I'm at 24. We're doing a cinematic thing now. If y'all can see that right there, that's art right there. This is an art piece right here, right? This is what $1 million in $100 bills looks like. This is an exact to-scale model of $100 million, but it's actually a piggy bank. If you could see the top slot right here, this is a piggy bank. You save money, and if you ever need to, you take your money out at the bottom. But this right here was made by Blassie at Nothing Personal out in L.A. I forget how many he made of these, but I copped one. This is ceramic, so it's heavy duty. You know what I mean? Heavy duty. This is a good piece right here to keep. I just put it over here because I was by my lonely, so I said, let me go ahead and sit next to some inspiration. Good looking, OG. Good looking, OG. Yeah, hey, OG, next time you come to Atlanta too, man, make sure you pull up on me. Now that I got my little podcast space, we could definitely chop it up, have a good convo and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, y'all make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's called The Regular Podcast. Also, again, I'm going to try to do a lot more of this like podcast style content. So if you want to advertise on a regular podcast, get at me. regpodcast@gmail.com. Also, if you want to send me like merch or whatever you want me to wear it, you can send that to me. Let me find my P.O. Box address. What is my P.O. Box address? If you want to send me something, you can send that to 2260 Fairburn Road, Southwest, P.O. Box number 310584 in Atlanta, Georgia, 30331. Send that to me, man. Send the merch. Send the merch, man. I'll wear your merch on here. We can advertise. We can do all that good stuff, man. You know, send me what you got. Send me any suggestions. Any of the Let's Argue. If you want me to argue the topics, also send that to me at regpodcast@gmail.com or put it in the comment section. Like I said, I'm ready to try to get active again. Like I said, the reason I've been so inactive, I've been getting my whole tech thing going. You know what I'm saying? I compartmentalize things. I got to prioritize. So, you know, I go in waves with this content thing. So when I start another project in my world, in my outside world, I kind of put the podcast thing on hold. So as I was ramping up my work thing, trying to put myself on the path to be in management and all that good stuff, that was taking a lot of my bandwidth in my brain. So, you know, now that I work my way in this position that I'm in a lot of these meetings with some of the top people, I mean, you know, executive level meetings, all these owners and all this type of stuff. Now that I'm there, now that I got my other side business built out and we just trying to get bookings and advertising, you know, as we can and all this other stuff. Now that that stuff is in place, now I can get back into my podcast game. Now I can get back to giving the opinions that I like to give. You understand? So that's how that's going to go. That's why I be taking these breaks. You know, I've been doing this podcast thing since 2016, but I've been sporadic with it. I'll go, and then I'll stop. That's them stopping periods, that means I was working on something. You know what I'm saying, in my outside life. That's why I'm trying to bring my brother in here, because he got what I don't got when it comes to the personality. See, he gonna turn up more, and I could do that more if I'm feeding off somebody else's energy. But when it's just be by myself, I'm gonna do my thing. You know, I'm gonna do the one-on-one, all that type of thing. You feel me? So when I bring him in, and I'm gonna hope I maybe get my cousins to come over here chill with me, Jaja, Janess, all them. They come over here, drop some of their opinions off, bounce off me. I want to get my man Lester up in here. I'm gonna get Marcus up in here. You know what I'm saying? Just people that's close to me that I'm cool with, you know, let them chop it up with me. And then we can really get this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? Get this thing rolling. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Regular Podcast on YouTube. And I'm going to get up out of here, man. Again, we got some new mics, so I want y'all to... I got the mouse way over here, computer about 10 feet away. But I brought the mouse over here with me so I could control things. Mold things, hold things. I don't mess with no slow things. Oh yeah, Devron just dropped a new single too. Y'all go check that. Oh, I said Devron. Aki Real, he just dropped a new joint too. What it's called, Hurt You, I think, or Hurt Me, something like that. Hurt. But either way, y'all go check that video out on YouTube. Real YouTube channel, AHK space REAL. That joint hard, the nice visuals. Hey, Jawan hit me up and was like, yo, how I feel is your little brother better at rapping than you now? I'm like, man, what? Dev was supposed to be here. I was going to ask him, do he really think he better than me at rapping? You know what I mean? I was going to ask him that. But, you know, we'll see what he got to say about that. Are you better than me? But nah, I ain't going to lie. What I said to Jawan, though, when he had said that was, that's just the evolution. That's how things go. He's supposed to be better than me now. At this. First of all, he been rapping at this point, way more years than me now. I stopped a long time ago. You feel me? So he's supposed to be better than me, and he is. And I'm cool with it. That's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, I'm out of here now, man. Peace out, yo.